If you are aware of the U.S. dominance in the arms market, then you should read arms sales reports by the United Nations. In tanks, artillery, for example, America outsells Germany, the second leading manufacturer, 10-1, and Russia, the third, by a factor of 20-1. The U.S. sold 2,900 missiles and launchers in the preceding year, while Russia provided none. Worse, the previous administrations have inspired Muslims, telling them that this is their time. America has, with Trump, has given them the keys to the kingdom and said, come on in, we're for sale. We'll do your bidding. The Obamanator did his best to undermine God's people, demanding that they forego the Judea and Somalia and Samaria regions known as the West Bank, thereby rewarding the Islamic terrorists striving to destroy them. But it'll be nothing compared to what Trump is going to do to be the next Neville Chamberlain. The overt empowerment of Israel's Islamic enemies and simultaneous erosion of Israel's credibility has been accomplished in large part by sleight of hand. First, the marketing of the myth of a people called Palestinians and the mythical land of Palestine have been invented to give the impression that Palestinians have been victimized and the Jews are the aggressors and the oppressors, when the opposite is true. Adding to the confusion, America's leadership in a concocted war against a tactic, terrorism, rather than against Islam, naming one of countless expressions of the religion, Al-Qaeda or the Islamic State. When America had made both institutions, it created Al-Qaeda when it rented the Taliban from Pakistan to attack Russian interests in Afghanistan, and then created the Islamic State when it created the Awakening Program in Iraq to have Sunni Muslims fight against Shia Muslims, when it just turned into a terrorist group that now controls Syria after bludgeoning 1 million Syrians in the process. There is yet another word in this prophecy which appears nowhere else in the whole of Yah's testimony. However, since Zalzlym, translated as the vile and worthless who squander their opportunity by trivializing it, is considered a repudiation of Zalal, a word which is used on 8 occasions, we can more readily define it. Those who are Zalzlym are despised for being contemptuous. They are Zalal, gluttonous and vile, meaningless and insignificant, because they have associated with the wrong crowd. From God's perspective, they lavishly squander their wealth and opportunity while trivializing what actually matters. As a result, they will be cut off and discarded. This is exactly what Yahweh told Abraham would happen to those who turn against Israel.